what I would hope my growth comes from is being authentically me.
Exactly.
You know, like not including anything else, anyone else's opinions. Like I hope that someone's following me just because I'm me, you know? And what I would hope to encourage other people too is just to be authentically themselves. Like you don't have to be like anyone else on the internet.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to My Lash Two Brain Cells. I'm your host, Maddie Morris.
And I'm the temporary co-host, Katie Morris. I'm just kidding.
Katie Gonzalez. It's been a minute since our last episode together, but it's been years. It's been actually a year and a half.
A decade.
It's been a decade. We're still cranking, guys.
We are.
We're still cranking, and today's episode is things that we absolutely could care less about, lashing edition. And you're probably like, Maddie and Katie,
they care about so many things.
They care about everything. They put so much intention behind everything they do. Everything they do is done 110%. They have opinions on everything. They do the best for their clients, their people. But let me just tell you guys, behind the scenes, Katie and I are extremely chill.
Yeah.
We're extremely chill. And there's a lot of things we don't care about at all. Lash edition.
Yep.
First thing that we don't also update, Katie. How is the people ask me every time I go anywhere, I leave my house, I exit my front door and everyone says, "How's Katie? Give Katie a hug from me." In 5 seconds, how's Katie?
Honestly, guys, I'm surviving.
She is.
I'm surviving every dang day. And I mean, yeah, life is like super, super hard right now. I'm not even gonna lie at you girls, in the trenches, but it's gonna be okay. We surviving. I mean, as long as God is good, your girl is still good somehow.
She is also good
somehow.
And I am sitting across from Katie right now in person, and she looks especially cute and glowy today. So just know that.
With no lashes, it's okay.
Yeah, Katie, the way we're looking at each other just totally fall.
In crisis, in an actual state of crisis.
Guys, Katie and I both have no lashes right now. Well, we have this rule in our life where, here's the thing, Katie and I do each other's lashes year round. We have for years. And that our lashes always look good. We never let each other have...
We don't be caught slipping.
We are never caught slipping. Everyone's always like, you and Katie have like a full set constantly. Our lashes stay strapped.
Yeah, yeah.
Recently, we have to take lash breaks. We have to right now. And we are just looking at each other like two Victorian peasant children.
Literally just surviving the plague.
We'll be back. And just know, before LashCon, our lashes will be
slaying the house down.
But as of right now, and I feel like every year you and I always take a break at the same time.
Yeah.
We do have a personal rule. If one of us doesn't have lashes, the other doesn't have lashes.
Yeah.
We're not doing one person's fill.
There's no I in lashes.
There's no I in Lightheart.
There's no.
No. So we are both in solidarity taking a break together, and before LashCon, we will be slaying the house down. So the first thing that we absolutely do not care about when it comes to our lash businesses is, and all of these are controversial, you guys, I'm just letting you know, absolutely all of these you might not agree with, and that's perfectly fine. We can have different opinions.
Another thing we don't care about.
It's people's opinions.
Yeah.
The first one is, and I think this has done very well for our businesses, but Katie and I do not care about being friends with our clients. We love being friends with our clients.
Oh yeah. There's no rule of like, you shouldn't be friends with your clients. It's not professional, blah, blah, blah. No. Be friends with your clients.
It's my reason for living.
Yes. I mean, of course, like, it's important that like
have boundaries.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, you're not just gonna be like, oh, you're my friend now, so like I'm just not gonna charge you for lashes or whatever. Like, no, like obviously, like, your relationship starts as a client first, and like you establish that boundary of like, I do your lashes and things like that. But like, how do you not become friends with someone you've lashed for 12 months straight?
I don't get it.
You know, like that, they become a part of you. You see your clients more than you see your actual friends a lot of the time.
I don't live in the same state as my family.
Yeah.
I see them more than my family. You know, they become so close to you. I feel like, and the thing is with client relationships, off the bat, if it's a first appointment and you're really vibing, don't be like, let's go to the bar this Friday, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
But it's like after like a good amount of appointments, a few months, and they clearly respect your time, love paying your prices, you know, they take care of their lashes, they're a good client, and just genuinely you have a lot in common. I don't see why not.
No, for sure not.
I just think those two things can exist simultaneously.
Yeah, absolutely. And if like something starts getting weird, like, yeah, obviously like take care of that when that time comes. But I do not care. Be friends with every single person that comes across your lash bed.
I mean, let's talk about Lexi. We need to talk about Lexi.
Oh no, Lexi. Just kidding. Yeah, no, Lexi was my
Lightheart
client. Lightheart,
The pipeline of Lightheart Lexi.
I mean, listen, this is crazy. Freaking, Lexi and I always like knew of each other, but we didn't know each other. We went to like rival high schools, if you will. And she started coming to me for lashes when I was charging like $22 a lash set. I had just started classics
The extra
only.
$2 was like tax. Yeah.
Literally. And after a few months, like she was getting married, all this stuff. I was her freaking maid of honor. Like, she was like, look, some things went down, and
Katie has gone from the acquaintance to client to best friend to like family friend to Lexi works for Lightheart.
Lexi works for Lightheart. And her kids are my godkids. You know,
Isn't
like
that crazy?
It is. And all it started with was her as my client.
Yeah. I would just say, like, don't be scared of being friends with your clients.
No, it could be a beautiful thing.
Yeah, and obviously I think the boundaries are like, don't go out and get plastered with your clients. You know, don't maybe, the other thing is like, be careful getting set up by your clients. Like maybe be careful dating your clients' friends. I don't know, but I feel like for the most part, it's the best part of the job.
Totally.
Really. And
you can truly make lifelong friends.
Yeah. And if you're a good friend and you think they're going to be a good friend, why not?
Yeah.
Second thing that we do not care one bit about is if you're a little bit late to your appointment.
I don't give a damn. Am I allowed to say that?
Yeah, you can say
Okay.
it. Oh, it's a podcast, Katie. I
don't give a damn hell about it.
Like I don't really swear in general or like on Instagram or whatever, but on the podcast I feel like anything goes.
It's authentic. Authentico.
We don't give a damn, right?
No, we don't. Yeah.
If you're 10 minutes late, no, I think that late policies are kind of by situation, you know.
Yeah,
if someone clearly consistently doesn't respect your time, then by all means, like, enforce whatever policy you need to enforce to respect your business. But honestly, if my clients are, we assume that everyone is a good person, and we assume that everyone's situation is legitimate, you know, until proven otherwise. But if my clients are 10-15 minutes late, they come in, and I don't know about you, Katie, but I just do what I can for the time that they have booked.
And they also understand that too, you know?
Yeah, they know you're not a superhuman.
I think it's like, it depends too, like where you're at in your lash career.
Yeah.
Because like there was a time where I had 9 clients booked back to back, and they knew that, you know, and they knew that like every moment was like very valuable.
Precious,
yes. And then there like came a time in my lash career where I was lashing 3 people a day, and I had that time. They're like, girl, I might be like 42 minutes late. I'm like, please be it.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just chilling anyways, you know, like, so, yeah, if there's a clear understanding across the board, like, okay, if you're late, you're late. Have all your stuff ready to go and set up, and like as soon as they're there, I'd be like, okay, girl, I got to rock and roll. No time for yip yapping. I used to just book extra time in between my clients anyways, because I would have clients that wanted to come in and just like chat for a bit.
Yeah.
You know, like chat for a little bit, and then we do their lashes. So
yeah.
Yeah.
I do not care.
Be late. Yeah.
Be a little late.
Whatever. You're human.
Yeah, especially I feel like late fees are a little bit awkward. Like when people charge extra for you being late.
Yeah, and they're a little
people
scary.
add on a fee for being late. And I always tell my clients this. I don't like to make anything their problem, you know? And so it's like, if they're 15 minutes late, the only negative of that is they're going to get 15 minutes less of lashes.
Yeah.
You know, and they're probably going to have a little more grow out still left on their lashes than if they were on time. But all I say is, oh, no worries. Lay right down. I'm going to wave my magic wand. I'll get you as full as I can, and immediately move on, start lashing. Don't make it a big thing. You know, in the future, I do have this policy, and
$500.
Your life.
That's going to be $500 and your firstborn child, your next appointment.
And the second appointment, this is the warning. The $500 fee is this appointment, but the second appointment, I call the police.
Yeah, and I mean, like, I'm human. I've been late to places before.
Of course.
You know, like, yes, of course, if it's like you're 20 minutes late every single time to your lash appointment, and this person like reschedules often and all the things, like, yeah, that's like, that sucks. But if this is just a one-time occurrence of like, hey girl, like I got stuck in traffic or this happened or whatever.
Yeah.
Just being a human.
Yeah.
You made yourself late because you did.
Yeah.
Like,
happens to literally everyone.
Yeah.
I hate being late to things.
yeah.
And one time when I first moved to Arizona, I booked a lash appointment. So, I mean, if I'm booking a lash appointment with someone for the first time, I'm trying to be the world's best client
I'm
ever.
3 hours early.
I'm like her lash. I'm trying to be the best
Yeah.
client in the world. This was like before I met you, Katie. And I booked it. She was in a Sola. I drove and I had to drive on the freeway. Guys, I shouldn't be allowed behind the wheel. I'm such a bad driver. I was driving on the freeway. My car was like overheating. My brakes were going out. I was crying, having a panic attack on the freeway. And I drove to the wrong Sola Salon Suites. I walked in. I was like 5 minutes late. I sit down. I'm texting her. I'm calling her. I'm DMing her on Instagram. And she was like, hey, girl, I'm not seeing you. I was 30 minutes away the other direction. And I was like, I am so sorry. This has never happened to me in my life. I'm so embarrassed. Like, if I get there 40 minutes late, can we still do a full set? Like, I understand that I can only get like an hour and a half worth of lashes. And she was like, yeah, of course. No worries. You know, and took me and did my lashes in an hour and a half. Obviously, they're not going to be as full. And we've been friends till this day. Nice. But she could have easily, you know.
We're like, too bad, so sad, girl. Full charge.
Yeah.
Your card's on file.
Absolutely. And I think that, you know, there's just two ways of handling it. And I think that is going to give you better results for your business in the long term. This next one is so controversial. I can't even bring it up. You have to do it.
Which one is it?
I can't even do it, Katie. Oh, it's so bad.
Another thing I don't give a damn about.
I don't want it to happen.
No, of course not. And I don't encourage it. I do not encourage it. Let's be clear. But if you are not licensed, if you're not a licensed lash artist, if you took a YouTube university or you learned from your friend who taught you under the table or like whatever it is, I'm not coming for you. I'm just not. I don't have the time for it. I don't have the mental space for it. Does it make me a little bit more worried for you? Sure. There's a lot of stuff that goes into...
And your clients.
Yes.
Yeah.
You are working on human eyeballs.
You're putting
that
yourself
you
at risk.
only get 2 in this lifetime. 2 eyeballs. Yes, but I am not... I have experienced other lash artists before, or people who find out someone's not licensed and they run straight to the state board with it. And it's just... You know, it's none of my business. It's none of my damn business.
I feel like that needs to come back a little bit because I think that people genuinely just like, I am the holy righteous lash artist of my state and nobody will, you know, step out of line around me. I feel like bring back minding your own business.
Yeah.
Bring it back. Yeah. Because, and the lash police are real.
Yeah.
They exist.
They are.
It was so funny. People DM me. People ever DM you and they say, hey, I have a crazy problem I need to run by you. In my town, there's a girl that's unlicensed doing lashes, like, you know, in a living room. What would you do? What do I do? And I go, here's the thing. You don't do anything. You work on building your own books. You work on being a better lash artist for your clients. You do whatever you can, like, you know, for best practices. But at the end of the day, it's like, don't put energy into anyone else's business because that is between them and the state board and the Lord. Like, you don't know their situation.
The Holy Trinity.
Holy Trinity of lashes. You, the state board, and the Lord. It truly, that should be our lash converge.
Yeah.
That is literally. I just feel like even if you believe it is wrong, which like Katie and I are both licensed lash artists, we teach licensing programs. Like we believe you should have a license to do your job.
It's the right way to do it.
Yes. And it's like, also, you can't do any job ever if you don't have the right things. Like, imagine would you go see someone doing veneers if they weren't a dentist?
Nah.
You know? No. Would you go see, I mean, and I don't know. I think you should get your license. But at the end of the day, Katie and I agree. We're not going to like judge you or ever call state board on you.
No.
Who has the time of day?
I have had unlicensed lash artists come to me for advice and I give it to them.
Of course.
I'm not going to be like, sorry, girl, you're not licensed. I cannot tell you by law. Like, no, like, of course I'm going to tell you the right thing that you probably didn't know about.
Yeah.
And then I'm also going to encourage you to get your license.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm going to be like, yeah, and like probably look into getting your license, girl. Like but if you're sitting there and you're like, dang it, that's me. Okay. all right, I don't care.
Yeah.
I literally don't care, but maybe think about getting your license, but am I going to come for you? Absolutely not.
I taught Mariah how to do lashes one time. Arrest me.
I'm for sure calling skateboard on that
Arrest me. Yeah. One day, Mariah is so cute. She runs Light Heart Coffee. She was like, Maddie, will you just show me how to put lashes on a mannequin? So I showed her how to put lashes on a mannequin. And then I'm just like, oh no, what if Mariah actually falls in love with this? Right. I gotta crush her dreams and tell her to go to.
She was like, I actually would rather do anything other than this.
And then she was like, this is the hardest thing I've ever done in my whole entire life. Okay, the next thing. So moral of the story, honestly, mind your own business. It's good for your heart. It's good for your health.
Yeah.
That goes for anything in life. Next thing is, we don't really care if you lash differently from us. A lot of people lash differently.
Some people be using glue rings. Some people be lashing off people's foreheads.
The hand, the forehead.
Some people be pinching with their toes. Like, whatever. Like
the trigger.
Yeah.
The elbow method.
Yeah. There's
the roly-poly.
Like, hey, if it works for you, great. You know?
Literally great. That's the other thing is like, Katie and I obviously have our favorite techniques that we use every day, but we teach a multitude of different ways to make fans, you know, in our classes. And with lashing, I think with lashing, things have evolved so much. There's just no right or one way to do things anymore. And back in the day, it was like, if you didn't lash a certain way, you were actually wrong. People were, you know, there was this magical, mystical, you know, board of lash artists who were just holier than thou, and everything they did was Bible. And now I really think that however you lash most efficiently for you, most effectively for you, if your fans look great, you know, then great. But I think be open-minded because things are changing.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people too, they try a technique one time and it was hard for them and they completely give up.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of our students come in and they're like, this is just a technique I can never get, you know, and you know,
you can always do lashes better.
Yeah. You always
from
can.
what you're doing. You know, there's always, there's techniques that evolve, there's styles that evolve, there's all of the things, you know, but you can there's always a way to do something the best way.
Yeah, totally. And that'll probably change in 5 years. Like in 5 years, every technique we do is probably going to be outdated.
Yes.
You never know. Next thing is, this is something that we prefer, but we don't care. What about tips? Do you care?
Oh, sipping.
I
always charged, including a tip, gratuity included.
Gratuity
No one knew about it, but I included my own gratuity.
Katie's bonus.
And sometimes too, like, I know that there was some girls coming to me on their actual last penny, and it's the only thing that they did for themselves was that, and they needed it. And you know, what's interesting too is normally the girls who like didn't tip, they took the best care of their lashes too. You know, because it's
such an investment for them.
Yes.
Do you think tipping culture in the US has just gotten out of control?
Oh yeah. People want tips for everything, dude. And why do I low key feel guilty when I don't? I will literally go to the front of a store that I ordered pickup in, and it'll be like, okay, swipe your card here. And it'll be like, do you want a tip? I'm like, $18. You know, like yes, it is. It's out of control. But I have always the golden rule: tip the way you want to be tipped. You know, like
the people that I first of all, I like believe in tipping.
Yeah.
And once I started like making enough to like actually do that, like I like tipping. But I feel like you and I specifically, it's like I love tipping beauty service providers.
Oh yeah.
Like nails, hair, anything. But high-end service providers, like if you know, or it's included, like these people that set their own prices, you know, like Katie and I, a tip is, it's not necessary. And I've seen in Facebook groups people being like, oh, if my client doesn't tip, should I be mad at them? It's like, no, charge enough where you are covered for your time and your skill and your overhead. And then if they would like to, you know, that's a little bonus, but it's really, you shouldn't expect it of your clients.
Yeah. Do I like tips? Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello, who doesn't? Honey, who doesn't? But
I love tips in the form of treats.
Yes.
In the form of whatever.
Yes. And I think if you're determining whether or not like you want to keep this client or not, look at them as a whole.
Yeah.
Not just based off of whether they tip you or not. You know, are they taking care of their lashes? Are they a good person? Do you enjoy having them in your room for an hour and a half at a time?
Yeah.
Like those types of things, you know? So
yeah, 1,000,000,000%. Don't blacklist your clients
yeah,
if they don't tip you. Katie, this list just gets more controversial and more controversial.
I love it. I'm here for it.
We're going to get slaughtered.
I love not caring about things.
You know what? And I think as the years have gone on,
There are other things to care about, honey. There are so many things to care about and a lot to not.
Katie and I care about a lot of things.
Yeah, of course.
But I feel like as we've gotten older through the last
There are
few
worse
years,
things to care about, okay?
There certainly are. I feel like anything lash related, nothing is the end of the world.
Nope.
Absolutely nothing. Okay. This one is clients who are pickers.
Don't care. Actually don't care, because here's the thing. I've already laid out the foundation of telling you this is what's going to happen if you pick your lashes, and they are fully aware.
Yeah.
1, you're damaging your lash line. 2, your lashes are not going to look as full because what do I have to lash, sweetie?
Less layers.
And yeah, and like your retention's going to be crap.
It only hurts them.
Yes, and if they know that, okay. They know where to be, what time, and what they're paying for it. And they know that I'm going to do my very best to do what I can. I'm going to tell you to invest in a serum. Yeah. But other than that, hey, girl, sometimes we go through some things.
And I will literally only get my lashes done by Katie for as long as time, besides like some guest appearances from like our other lash friends. But like for the long run, like I will only get lashed by Katie because like she is so nice to me despite my own self-destruction. Like, because I told them in the last episode, I ripped all my lashes off on the plane, and like, what am I gonna, I'm not scared to tell Katie that.
Nope.
Like, yeah, she can't lash me. I have no natural lashes.
Yeah.
Like, she's not gonna lash me.
What, you want me to glue these to your lips?
But she's like, oh, I'm sorry, buddy. That's no fun.
Yeah.
You know,
that sucks.
In our cluster era, you know, that sucks.
Yeah.
But it's like, you know, some people are going to be pickers, and you could either shame your clients and make them feel like stupid, you know, bald idiots, you know, or you do what you can.
There's been artists who have fired their pickers.
I've been fired.
You know, like, it's just...
I've had lash artists that I've gotten my lashes done by be like so mean to me that I picked my lashes out. And I'm like, can I live? I'm a human being. I'm under a lot of stress. Like,
yeah,
I'm building a business, and I don't do drugs. I don't drink.
Right.
My only vice is I like to pick up my lashes. Okay, I like doing it.
What's
they
a little
grow
lash
back.
pick every now
They
and
grow
then?
back. I like to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If your client understands the consequences, you know, you don't
Yeah.
gotta shame them
They
for
can't be
it.
mad at you for it.
Yeah.
So yeah, at the end of the day, it's like if they're picking, doesn't affect us.
Whatever.
Doesn't affect us.
Nope.
We'll do what we can for as long as we can.
Yep.
And we will be nice to them through the lash rehab process.
Yeah.
And then when they're ready for lashes again,
Yeah.
knock yourself out. Be nice to your pickers. Okay, this next thing is what you wear to work.
Oh.
Hello?
Oh, I don't care.
Oh.
I almost
thought about
forgot. I do not give a damn. You could wear a muumuu. You could wear...
Your minion muumuu?
Yes.
You have to... You know, I have an idea, Katie.
Yep.
I have an idea. Okay, so we just went to Universal Studios, and I bought Katie this like nightgown muumuu, and it has the minion on it, and it says
I hate
mornings are evil, and it's like an XXXXXL. And I was like, oh, Katie's gonna love this just for drinking her coffee in the morning. You should film a video where you're like pranking my clients with my outfit, and they come through the door and you're wearing your minion muumuu.
Except they wouldn't care.
They wouldn't care though.
Except they actually would be like, yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, Katie's going through it.
Yeah.
Another day.
One of these days. Okay, well.
She's losing it, but boy, can she lash.
Right.
Boy, can she lash.
Honestly. But I mean, like, don't get me wrong. The reels that like lash artists post, I'm like, what I wear in a week as a lash artist, like those are so cute.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'm like,
well, I
damn,
love
girl,
dressing
like,
cute for work. Like
Yeah,
when
yeah,
I
yeah.
take my paying clients and models or whatever, like here's the thing. I'm someone that loves to dress up and play dress up or whatever, but like I don't think I think one of the most beautiful things that make life worth living is personal style.
yeah.
I think it makes life worth living. And so I think for lash artists, like if your personal style, you feel best presenting in like scrubs for work. That's great and beautiful. I personally do not feel like myself wearing scrubs.
Yeah.
And a lot of my lash artist friends, they're like, that's my thing. I think that's great. When I worked at a salon and I had to wear black every day, you know, that does not make me feel good, happy. You know,
Right.
after I worked at the salon, I threw out my entire black closet because I was like, that is not my personal style. I hate it. So I think whatever your personal style is, I think here's where Katy and I draw the line. Do not be stinky.
Don't be stinky. Breath and hands specifically.
Don't show up
breath
stinky for
and
work.
hands.
Be sanitary.
Yeah.
Have your, like, you know, face wash, hair done, teeth brushed.
Probably
like,
don't wear like 4-day-old clothing or something.
yeah, like, look, I think here's the thing. Dress appropriately for your job.
Right.
But I think that's the statement. Dress appropriately. And I think Ellie and I were talking about this. I was like, when we have a lot of employees, or maybe we have like a bigger office one day where say we have like 10, 12 employees, I'm never going to give people a dress code, but I am going to say dress appropriately. And as adults, you know what that means.
Right.
So it's like when you take a new client, you know, I don't think you need to wear scrubs to be taken seriously as a professional. I think it gives you an element of being a professional. I don't think wearing black, wearing scrubs, wearing a dress, wearing this, wearing that, there's no...
The cleanliness is what matters.
I think that is what
That's
matters.
what it is.
And
You could have no makeup on, hair's not done, whatever, but you smell fresh and clean.
you need to be fresh
and
clean.
look fresh and clean, whatever.
We care about that. But I think as far as your outfits for work, like developing your personal style is one of the greatest joys of life.
Yeah.
It really is. And I love dressing up for my clients. I couldn't imagine wearing, you know, like an apron and all the things. Like some people, that's their jam.
Yeah.
And my clients, you know, they feel comfortable coming to their appointments in whatever. I want them to be comfortable because they know that I'm comfortable in what I'm wearing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So many times I've honestly worn PJs.
Yeah,
I'm wearing
well-
PJs right now.
And we're wearing PJs right now. What else was the other thing? I feel like whatever makes you feel best.
Yeah.
Like whatever makes you feel like your best self, wear that. And that's usually like, yeah, it's different for everybody.
Yeah.
Could not care less. Katy and I do not care about, and I was thinking about this because I was going through the 368 brand ambassador applications yesterday, and I was going through all of them, and I was like, what would Katy think? I always think in the back of my mind, who would Katy pick? Because Katy has the gift of discernment. She can literally...
I be knowing things. I don't
She
know
can
how.
sense if you are ugly in your heart.
Goodbye.
Katy will...
Off the island.
Off the island, Katy will sense it 5 miles away.
My stomach hurts.
Yeah, my tummy hurts. And I was going through all these applications and looking at everyone's Instagram. And in the back of my head, the last question I asked myself is, okay, would Katy pick this person? And I was picking people with very different profiles. Like they usually don't look like mine, or they don't look like the other person's. But I was thinking, I was like, Katy and I really do not care about how many followers you have.
Nope.
Not one bit.
Nope. No, I do not at all.
Nope.
If anything, like, for example, random shout out to Cassandra. When I took a break, obviously, like when I went on leave, CLT Lash Bar.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to CLT Lash Bar. If you're not following her, go ahead and follow her. I had like posted like while I'm on leave, is anyone able to, like on the west side, that can take over my clients, this and that.
Oh yeah.
And she messaged me, and she didn't have very many followers, but that's what I was like, no, she doesn't have that many followers.
Really,
I'm not taking her.
It really matters to some people.
Yeah. And I saw her work, and I was like, why doesn't she? My mind was literally blown too, that I was like, how do I not know who this girl is? How did I not know that she was slaying this hard?
Yeah.
In the lash world, you know? And good for her. She ended up doing this giveaway, and she like gained like a whole bunch of followers from it. I was so happy for her, honestly.
Good.
Yeah.
But it's like, you should care more about being well respected than like well known.
Yes.
You know,
and I could tell she just cherished her. She just she takes her time, and like she like is a perfectionist, and I can tell, you know. And immediately I was like, yes, I'd be comfortable sending my clients there. Like that was like the first thing, is like her work was just so beautiful. I didn't care. She could have had 2 followers, you know, like, and
I feel like with followers, it's like, yes, it's, you know, when you work hard on your content, you know, it is a little milestone where like, yeah, when Katy and I hit a milestone, we do a little backflip.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm not gonna lie, I just hit 12K. Look at me.
We'll do a backflip.
Yeah, I
Off
did
the
just
diving
now.
board. Yeah. And to celebrate, Elliot will be cooking us dinner.
Yes.
No, yeah, it's like, I love doing a little giveaway when we hit a certain, you know, number or whatever, but because it's like, you know, we put a lot of work into our content and everything like that, but you know, followers should never be your number one goal.
Right.
And I also feel like with lashes, it's hard to get a lot of followers unless you're creating like rage bait content.
Yeah.
You know what rage bait content is?
Oh yeah.
It's my new biggest, like, I can't stop thinking about it. But so many people have been like, Maddie, you could grow so much quicker than you are if you just stitched like crazy horrific lash artist videos. Like if you just stitched like these videos with like blepharitis or with like, you know, someone's horrible work or like lashes that clearly are like, if you stitch those, that's how people in beauty like grow their accounts. And I was like, I get that, but like I don't want my account to be like, I don't want it to be like built off the back of like judging something else.
Yeah.
Or like, and also I feel like a lot of people grow big in lashes when they kind of make content that other people weigh in on. This is something I've been thinking about a lot because I think about our content a lot. And a lot of people make content that's like, what is your opinion on this, everybody? And then the comments are filled with like 100 opinions. But honestly, I don't really care about knowing I have my opinions on other things and I don't really care about other people's opinions.
What I would hope my growth comes from is being authentically me.
Exactly.
You know, like not including anything else, anyone else's opinions, anything at all. Like I hope that someone's following me just because
you're Katy.
Yeah, just because I'm me, you know, and that's like what I would hope to encourage other people too, is just to be authentically themselves. Like you don't have to be like anyone else on the internet. Like just be who you are. People crave authenticity.
They crave it. And people like, yes, you'll get a lot of followers when you like, you know, make content that is kind of more for the masses. Like that's totally a strategy. But like, I don't know. I know that I could be growing faster. And I have a very like, honestly, having 80K in 8 years, I feel like is very steady growth. Like 10K a year for posting every day. That's slow and steady growth. Yeah. You know? And I think just because my content is very niche, you know, it doesn't demand a lot of followers. It's really, it's valuable for the people that it's going to be valuable to. And I think you and I both value that more. And that's just like something I've noticed is people content that demands a lot of attention nowadays. It has to be negative. Everyone tells me that they say
be something unhinged.
You have to post negative content because any attention is good attention and it gets people watching, and people that if you put a negative hook, your video is going to blow up. Yeah. If you post do a wispy set with me, no one cares. Right. And I don't care. I'd rather post that.
But if you posted a lash tray just absolutely getting sharded on.
Or if you post like the most horrific lash, like emergency, whatever, it's going to blow up. Anything negative. Yes. Anything that has a negative connotation.
Someone's swollen, crusty, leaky eye.
Uh-huh. I can't do it. I just feel like in my heart and spirit, I just don't want even the...
Or just like going full Jeffree Star and like rating other people's lash.
Yeah. A lot of people are like, you should rate certain... Before I had a brand, people were like, you should rate different lash brands. And I'm like, no. Yeah. I cannot do that. No. I cannot do that because I feel like I don't want my content... I don't want Lightheart's content to be opinion-based ever. Yeah. Not the opinions of others or my own. I only want to put things out there like that are helpful, valuable, kind, educational.
Well, and just because like someone's product isn't for you doesn't mean it's not going to be for someone else's
favorite.
And even in our products aren't for certain
everyone.
People.
No.
You know, and that's okay. Yeah. That's okay.
Totally. It's like, oh yeah, a lot of people told me, they were like, you're not affiliated with a brand. You don't have a brand. I was cooking one, but they were like, you should rate products. Like yeah, and it would have blown up. Like I know that my content has had the opportunity to blow up over the years, but it's just like,
well, and your opinion is like a trustworthy. It's an honest opinion
so
too.
People would listen to
and
it.
It's backed. Yeah. The thing is, it's like you have the experience and expertise to be able to give an honest review of something. But no, because I think that can definitely like make or break someone's brand too.
And I know how hard it is to like develop products now. So like, what if someone put in like 15 years of, you know, developing a product and, you know, like, okay, if it wasn't safe, I can have an opinion on that, but, or like, you know, be able to say that, but like, I'm not going to be like, this glue wasn't for me. Don't buy it. 1 out of 10. Yeah. You know, it might be It might be for someone else. Right. And it's like, if we actually think that something is like genuinely harming the lash industry, we'll talk about it.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, but on the podcast, not on Instagram, you know,
Yeah.
because it's just rage bait and people just tear things apart. But it's like, if something is genuinely like harming the lash industry or harming lash artists, yeah, sure, we'll talk about it, but it's not going to be like a follower strategy. The next thing is Katy and I do not care about lash breaks.
I will lash you for 14 years straight. I don't care. I really don't. I don't. Because the thing is, if lash extensions are being done safely and correctly, you don't have to take a break.
Haven't you seen the healthier clients' lashes over time like improve with wearing lash extensions?
Yes.
Yeah. Even mega volume, even, you know, volume or whatever.
Whatever dang style you want.
Most people that get lash extensions have been wearing like strip lashes or cluster alternatives previously. And there's a lot of like mechanical wear and tear on your lashes that does bring on for a lot of people. Like I've had some clients come to me and they're like, yeah, every day I curl my eyelashes, 10 coats of mascara, I apply my strip lashes, I remove them with my hands,
Yank them
the
off.
whole thing. And I've seen over time getting lash extensions over 3 years, they have grown a whole nother layer of lashes.
Yes.
So
I wore strip lashes for a very long time, damaged my lashes so badly.
Oh yeah.
Because I would just eat them off, of course.
Yeah.
Rip the naturals out with them
Yeah.
too, you know, like, but no, don't ever take a break.
There's a really and it's more popularized in other parts of the world, like in Eastern Europe, but there's a rule a lot of places where you get a full set and then you get like 3 fills, and after that you should get a new full set.
Right.
Or like
it's almost like getting when you get a full set on your nails done, and like the time comes when they're like, hey, I think it's time that you
yeah,
get a full
and
set.
I think the only time that you should be recommending a lash break is if for some reason there's damage to your client's lashes, which if you're applying lashes correctly without adding like, you know, unnecessary weight to what their eyelashes can handle, and they're taking great care of them. There's no buildup, there's no infection, there's no irritation, they're cleansing them properly, scrubbing their lid margins. Like then it's a semi-permanent service that's a part of it, you know, it doesn't need to be removed at all.
Right.
Yeah, that's really, you know, up to the lash artist's discretion. But
and if you as a client, you're just like, you know what, I just want to rub my eyes for a
that's
while.
the other thing is we don't care if our clients want a break.
Yeah. Too.
Yeah.
If you want a break, girl, say the word. I'm not gonna be upset at all. You know,
no questions asked.
I'll take them off right away.
No questions asked removals.
Yeah.
A lot of people are like, if I take a break, is my lash artist gonna be mad at me? Are they gonna not want to see me again?
Is it gonna be a hard conversation to have? Like,
should it be?
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
This podcast is for lash artists. If you're a lash artist listening, you know, always let your clients know, even especially at the first point, if you ever want to take any breaks for any reason, absolutely fine. You're welcome back anytime.
Yeah.
Like, perfectly fine. What if they're on a long vacation? What if they can't afford it right now?
Right.
Whatever. Okay, this one, Katy. We have 3 more, and I feel like these are the hottest ones. Number 1 is Katy and I don't care if you talk. If you talk or if you sleep during your appointment.
Nope. You want to yap? Let's yap away. You want to go into a deep coma? Let's do it. I will also scoot over. I'm going to go to sleep too.
I love talking to my clients, especially at the beginning and end.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there's such a way to like orchestrate conversation, and it's kind of an art. Like you kind of have to get used to it. But, you know, with something like lashes where, you know, obviously it is easier to do our job when our clients are in a coma.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
I think for like the first 15 minutes and the last 15 minutes, I want to hear it all. Yeah. I want to catch up. And then I feel like for the middle part, it's okay to kind of orchestrate a slower pace of conversation. That's a good way to word it.
Okay, it's lash nap time, you know?
Yeah, like maybe ask them fewer questions, kind of, you know, upper tape their upper lashes down. You know, there's kind of ways to, or turn on.
Strap their head down.
Yeah, you know, give them a little, like tranquilize
right,
them.
a Benadryl.
A Benadryl, whatever. Yeah, there's ways to kind of let them know it's sleepy time if their eyes are pretty fluttery, but if their eyes aren't really fluttery and you can kind of work around them, I love just.
Well, and like I've always like if I've had a rough day or like whatever, or if I know I have a project coming in that they're like, Gail, I'm so sorry, but I have to be out of here in 46 minutes, blah, blah, blah. Then I will be locked in. I'll be like, I'm turning on a podcast so I can blast your lashes. And they're like, yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
You know, like you set the tone for whatever it is, you know?
You set the tone.
You do. You really do.
They come in and I'm listening to like T-Pain, and then like 20 minutes into their appointment, I'm listening to like sleepy sounds for babies.
Right,
they're like,
exactly.
wow, the vibe really changed. And I'm like, go to sleep.
Modern day lullabies.
Yeah. Okay, Katy and I, okay, if you're in the wrong, if you're a bad person,
Never me.
if you committed a crime, while you're on our lash bed, you are right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
He deserves to be stabbed.
Yep. I feel like the loyalty we have to our clients when they're on our lash bed is unmatched.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yep. Absolutely. I don't care if there's infidelity going on. I don't care.
Clients have told me the most diabolical things.
Yes. And girl, I don't care. It's a safe space here.
I don't know what it is. It's like the second they're laying on my bed, they are queen of the world and they can do no wrong.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. They'll be like, what's an example? You know,
girl, like I stole from the grocery store the other day, but like it was so good.
I'll be like, they deserve it.
I'm like, next time grab me one, girl.
Yeah, grab me one, girl.
Yeah.
Whatever.
No.
They're
honestly, it's such a safe space.
Sometimes clients, this is kind of the most common one. They'll get in a fight with like their best friend or their coworker or their husband, and they'll be telling me about it. They're like, yeah, I got in this like situation at work with this girl, and like as the story unfolds, they're
fault.
Clearly in the wrong.
Yeah.
Like, and if I was in that situation, I'm like, oh my gosh, no, you are the issue. Or I've had a lot of clients over time where kind of everyone in their life is crazy. They're like, oh, my mother-in-law's this, and my husband's this, my kids are this, my friends are this, and they always have this drama surrounding them. And after like 10 appointments, I'm like, oh my gosh,
it's them.
You're the problem. Like all these people aren't in the wrong.
Yes.
But while they're on my bed for some reason, I'm just like, everyone is crazy. You are normal. You are a queen. You deserve the world.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Everyone else is just trying to gaslight her.
They're gaslighting her.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, they are queens of the world. Okay, Katy and I do not care about lash trends, and we both wholeheartedly do not care that the world and the internet has like confirmed that mega volume has gone out of style, because trends 100% come and go. But Katy and I's business has not been built on like trend spotting and, you know, what's popular, what's not popular. Like, I feel like as advanced lash artists, you can kind of gauge what is like a huge trend that you need to like learn. And then it's kind of just for fun.
Yeah.
Like if there's a new trend that comes out, Katy and I will be like, ooh, let's take a model. How fun.
Yeah.
But we're not like, oh my gosh, our business is going to tank unless this is the only service we offer.
I only know how to do mega volume. No, the thing is, like right now, wispy, spiky, like all of that is like, it's just in. Everyone really just loves a spiky
because that's
summer.
how trends work.
Yes. Yeah, totally. And
denim maxi skirts. If you told me a year ago denim maxi skirts were like cute, I'd be like, they're the ugliest thing in the entire world. Tell me why I tried on a denim maxi skirt the other day.
Yeah.
Because they're in style now.
Yeah, absolutely.
I looked like Michelle Duggar.
Yeah.
And I had convinced myself that I was so hot yesterday trying it on.
Michelle Duggar.
Trends come and go. And it's like.
They do. They really do. And it's. What's crazy is like, even with the spiky whatever, like my whole clientele,
like, I don't even
know the
what
spiky the spiky
it's whoozy, it's
like a sigma.
Yeah.
All of my clients,
13-year-old books an appointment with you. They go,
I want the sigma.
Can I get the Rizzler set?
Yeah. Can I get the Rizzy 9000s? It's just like my whole clientele was based off of like mega volume, like stripper mega volume.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, those girls still get that to this day.
They want it.
Yes.
They do not care what any other lash brand, lash influencer, girl on TikTok, they physically do not care.
No, they really don't. And neither do I.
And neither do I.
I'll get mega volume
when I get my lashes back on. Okay, when my 15 lashes grow back into 150 lashes per eye.
Yeah.
I am having Katy black me out, you guys.
Yep.
16, I'm kidding.
Right. 16 skyline set from all the way across middle to end.
No, it's true. It's like, okay, I feel like when I have lashes for a long time, I'm like, oh, okay, like we'll do C curl, we'll do this, we'll do that, like nice and light, whatever. But I feel like when I haven't had lashes for a while, I go into withdrawals and I'm like, Katy, I need
17Ds.
I need F curl.
Yeah.
19 millimeter. Give me decals. Like I need it. I'm like fiending for lashes. So yeah, and my clientele too, it's like even when I came up with the term angel sets and the world adopted it with open arms.
Yeah.
Like everyone was like, Maddie, that is your thing. Like you are the angel set. I had girls flying in from different states to get angel sets by me. Yeah. And paying like an absurd amount of money for them. And we did the angel set course. It was our best-selling course that we still have. Like, you know, angel set. That could have been my entire business. And yet my clientele that I was serving every single day, all they wanted was mega volume.
Yeah.
That's all. And still to this day, I'm going in to do my clients tomorrow. And no matter what changes, they're just like, that's just what makes me feel pretty. It's what I like.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
It's what I like.
Yep.
And so Katy and I are kind of just riding this trend out. And when it's back in a few years, when girls are like, has anyone heard of dramatic
perfect top line mega volume
lashes before? We're going to be like, we have. Yes, my pretty.
We crawl out from under the rock.
Finally. Oh my God.
You've come to the right place.
I've been waiting for the day. Come here. We blow the dust off our ancient products.
Literally.
Here you go. And also, our lashes are called the everything lashes because of their perfect versatility, and they can create obviously any kind of set. But it's been, they're most widely used for doing volume and mega volume.
Oh yeah.
They are most widely used for doing that.
Yeah.
And it's so interesting, like if mega volume was dead, our sales would not be this high.
Right.
It's like there is a demand. There is lash artists. If you look at our map, all the lash artists that are still taking the mega volume online class and getting their certification calls, like there is still a demand for every style. Just because something, you see a video that's super viral, a bajillion views where people are like, mega volume is stupid and it's dead and it's outdated and people
you're ugly if you get it.
And you're ugly if you get it and you have eyelash blindness and like all this stuff. It's like it's just not for everyone.
Right.
And everything isn't for everyone.
Right.
Except the everything lashes. Those are for everyone.
They are actually for every single one.
Yeah, you could make any fan with them. But yeah, so I truly, when I saw the videos where it was like mega volumes going out of style, Katy and I could not care less, and neither could our clients.
Yeah.
And the last one, this is the last one, which I think is the most important, and it has like given us so much freedom in our business, is I see a lot of lash artists, especially in like the brand ambassador, our brand ambassadors and our people we're close to, is like, I'm so scared to disappoint my clients because I'm going through something in my life. Like I'm dealing with something catastrophic and I have to, do I cancel my clients? Do I share this with them? Do I like stay home from work? Do I whatever? And I think that there's like a pressure on lash artists or beauty service providers to like keep your personal life separate.
Mm-hmm.
Like you do not share anything about yourself to your clients. You only speak about them. And I think that like by us,
you're talking to the wrong person.
talking to the wrong girl. I think by us kind of like letting our students and audience and friends and everyone know that like, hey, we are not perfect people. We'll never claim to be. Our life is not perfect. Like, and if there's days we're going through something, like I feel like you and I have benefited so much from like being honest with our students.
Yeah.
There were 2 classes, and Katy and I used to teach group classes together. We still will in the future. We're just busy right now.
Yeah.
And Katy's cranking out one-on-one trainings. But when we did our monthly group classes, there were 2 specific days. Do you remember my grandpa died the morning of a group class?
Yeah.
And literally I was like, do I tell the students this? Because I just like,
am I just going to fake it till I make it the rest of the
like,
day?
you can tell when someone's been crying.
Yeah.
And it's so awkward because like the students are so excited to be there and they could tell that I was like a little off, but I'm like, I could just ignore it, go through the day, and they'll just go home being like, something was a little off.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey guys, my grandpa died. Happens. Love you so much. I'm really excited to be here today. I'm excited to get my mind off it. Let's get this thing cranking.
Yeah.
And you can just tell everyone's walls just kind of like break, and they're just
totally.
like,
oh, she's a human.
yeah.
Oh, she's actually still
And
a
I
human.
remember one of the last classes we taught, I found out that morning one of my friends had committed suicide.
Yeah.
And I literally was like, oh my gosh, I physically, that was the one I was like, I can't teach today.
Yeah.
And I've never had a class that can't teach today. But I was like, and I don't want to make Katy do the whole thing. And I don't know what to do, but I was like shaking the whole time. And I remember I like went to the back and I was like, oh, Katy, you take over for a minute. I didn't tell any of the students.
Mm-hmm.
And I go to the back and one of the students followed me into the back and was like, I just sensed something was off. Like, do you want to talk about it?
Yeah.
I was like, oh, not really, girl. And I like shared it with her. And she literally was like, I like knew that was it. And we just like talked in the back for a little bit, and we've been like close to this day. Jade, love you. But it's just like, I feel like people are so scared to let their clients know that they're like human beings.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll hurt your business.
No, not at all. And I mean, like,
yeah.
even through like my whole experience, like obviously like these are our lives. Your career is part of your life.
Yeah.
You know,
you can't do lashes without working with people.
No,
you can't do it. You can't get away from it.
And like, obviously like 2 very tragic events happened in my life. And if I was just going to try to keep all of that to myself, no.
Imagine.
No, couldn't do it. And the thing is like your clients will be there for you too. And they because they are human too. And they're like, oh, because you're human and I'm a human, I know that you're having a really hard day. Let's reschedule me. Let's do this. Do you want to just go to lunch instead?
Yeah.
You know, do you want to, how about I just sit here and we can, let's just spend my appointment talking. Like you need to talk, you know, like it's okay to be a human lash artist. We're not robots.
Literally. And I'm like, guys, we work with people.
Yes.
Even if, and then you teach classes, you're working with people.
And if anything, I feel like it helps like people trust you more.
That's kind of true.
Like I totally think, like sometimes there's been people who come to my room, to my trainings, to my whatever, and they've told me their deepest, darkest secrets.
Well, you have that effect about you.
I don't know what it is, Maddie, but
no,
it is.
you have that effect about you, Katie. You take one look at you and you're like, I'm going to tell this girl.
I could tell this girl. Let me tell her real quick.
Yeah.
But I think it is just because I am authentically myself and I've got nothing to hide. And I'm so open about how I feel and what I'm doing and all the things, because I think it's important too that like, you know, right now on social media, everything seems so just like peachy and like everyone's life is so perfect and cookie cutter and great. And it's like, that's not true.
That's not true.
Everybody's suffering.
Everybody's
suffering right now. And it's okay to suffer and you don't have to suffer in silence.
Absolutely. I had a client one time that I dreaded. Like I absolutely dreaded her. She was such a Karen.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I dreaded her. And she was this like, she was like a little older and she booked a fill every 5.5 weeks.
Oh, okay.
Whatever.
Came with 2 lashes.
Yeah, they're all crusted together.
Yeah.
You know, never wanted to pay more than $40 and she would bully me about my prices. I was really young. Whatever. She was such a Karen and nobody wanted her at the like in the town I worked in, so they just kept kind of bouncing her back and forth. And
yeah.
No, I don't have a 5.5 week fill. Go see Maddie. She'll take you, you know, whatever. And then one day I remember she came to her appointment. Also, she would book like mini fills every 5.5 weeks.
Okay.
So I put on 10 lashes and have her leave and come, whatever.
Right.
She was getting what she was paying for.
Yeah.
Right. So I remember one time she came in and I was just having a nightmare day. I was planning my wedding and I was just so emotional and I had just gotten on this like really intense birth control that like just made me feel like I was going to rip my skin off. I got like the arm implant.
Yeah.
And I had some like genuine like medical like reaction to it. Like my body was like,
many people.
my body was like rejecting it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And my skin was like breaking out in hives and I was just so stressed over my wedding. And I remember she came to her appointment. She's like, she never asked me how I was, but I was like, how are you today? And, you know, she tells me and I go, yeah, I'm having a hard day too. I'm going through all this stuff and planning the wedding. And I just like opened up to her for 30 seconds and instantly it was like her whole demeanor just dropped. She was like, oh, sweetie, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry, sweetie. Like my daughter's gone through this and that. And I think I have a doctor that I can hook you up with. And she just like literally, Katie, in front of my eyes was just like empathetic ?
Yeah.
And like nice and pleasant. And I was like, thank you. And you know, she like, it was just nice.
Yeah.
And I just,
you didn't even let a wall down. You just like opened the curtain a little bit.
And we're like friends on Facebook now to this day. And like, she's such a Karen on Facebook. She's always like, you know, always
controversial stuff.
This restaurant gave me, you know, they usually give me 3 egg rolls and they give me 2.5 this time. 1 star. Like she's still such a Karen, but like she wishes me happy birthday. And like, I got on her good side, I think accidentally just by like, I think she maybe felt like every other lash artist was always on the defense with her because she was kind of a nightmare client.
Yeah.
And then the moment I let her know that not only is she not a nightmare client and I'll take her, but also I'm comfortable letting her know that like we're cool and I'm going to open up to you a little bit. And, you know, I never like make the conversation about myself, but just opening up the conversation a little bit to be like, hey, I'm going through this.
Yeah.
You know, nothing, not trauma dumping on your client, but like you never know what they've been through too.
Right.
You never know. And that is a short list of things that Katie and I do not care about. There's probably a lot more.
Never could, never would, baby.
Never could, never would. And I feel like as the days go on, the list gets longer.
It does.
It really do.
Every dang day.
What I do care about right now, Katie, is you guys. Guess what is happening after this podcast? Elliot is cooking Katie and I a 3-course meal.
Yep.
That is something to look forward to.
Oh, yeah. I love me a steak.
And the other thing is Elliot loves Katie so much, he'll do whatever she says. Katie could literally ask the world.
I said, how about some potatoes? He was like, yeah, of course, potatoes. I was
also,
like.
Elliot and I eat so primitively. Like, at the end of the day, we're so exhausted from the day that he'll just, like, throw in... More nights than not, I will just eat, like, the green beans in the frozen bag. The green beans in the frozen bag. Some frozen meat products. I don't know. We just don't...
Some egg bites.
Yeah, I'll eat egg bites for dinner still.
Yeah.
Breakfast and dinner. They're my protein source. But no, anytime Katie like is around Elliot, he is like, what do you need?
What?
Our queen.
Katie, what do you want?
So he's making us steak with chimichurri and potatoes and asparagus.
Yum.
And probably a dessert.
Delicious.
Delicious. So, we love you guys so much.
That's a freaking wrap.
That is a wrap. And look forward to the next episode that Katie and I make in another 1.5 years.
Yeah.
They are few and far between, but
they're like Easter eggs.
They are. You never expect them.
You never
no one
know
knows
when it's gonna happen.
And also, we didn't know that we were gonna film an episode this morning.
Nope. Sometimes in life, you just do some things. You know what they say.
You know what they say. Okay,
Love
bye,
you guys
buddies.
so much.
Also, Katie and I are gonna be at Miami ILE, and we're also gonna be at LashCon together.
Yeah.
So
whenever that is, I'll be there.
If you wanna see us, we should probably talk about really fast. We should probably plug how they can train with you. Katie took over as head of education for Lightheart, so she is doing one-on-one private trainings.
That's me.
1-day or 2-day options.
Yep. 1 and 2 day options.
Refresher options.
Yep.
Our advanced masterclass option. Lash licensing classes.
You name it.
Bring a best friend. 2 students, 2 trainers. Literally, the options are absolutely endless. We have the most customized education menu for all of your learning needs at our beautiful headquarters here. So if you are interested in training with Katie, and I'm kind of her assistant for the day, like I kind of just, I'll be there.
Yeah, Maddie will be there, so you will get to meet Maddie.
I am there. Yeah.
And you can email me, katie@lightheartlash.com.
It's very easy.
Yeah, we've got lots of options. I'll send you the little booking link.
Yeah.
I typically do them Friday, Saturdays.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel
they
like
pick a date. We make it very easy for you.
Yeah.
Like if you're literally like, hey, I'm Nicole from Massachusetts and I want to come to Arizona in the fall when it's beautiful, and
or you're like, I actually have a trip scheduled on a Tuesday.
We've a private student booked for next March.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're
why
busy,
not?
then I'll do it.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, they're customized to you. So just send that little email, be like, hey, this is where I'm at. This is what I want to learn. Obviously we have our curriculum. We'll teach you more than you ever thought possible, but we really customize the day to what you need. Even if you need a refresher, those options are available for you. Let us know your info and what date you're looking at, and we will open it on up for you. And we have payment plans available. And you just email katie@lightheartlash.com.
Yep. And I will kiss you.
And we might kiss you. Okay, bye, buddies. We'll see you in the next one.